Hi, Sagittarius. I thought we were just talking to Aquarius. Wait, is this Aquarius's reading? Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. It felt connected before, so I guess maybe some of you have Sag placements, or, I mean, that's generational too, but maybe that's something important to you. Perhaps. So Aquarius, let me just double check my math. 8 and 2. Okay, so this is a 6-month forecast. The intention, depending on when you find this, the intention was so we just got out of this like eclipse pocket in September and then into early October. I felt like it was kind of intense then. I know a lot of people obviously are going through a lot of things, worldly, personally, what have you. But now we're out of that pocket. And we kind of have, what I keep seeing is this bridge between now and 6 months from now. So this is working with eclipse cycling, as eclipses usually, the majority of the energy works out usually in 6-month periods. Some people say it can take up to a year and a half. Maybe if you're working towards something, you could look at this as part of the time frame, depending on where you are with that. But Jupiter's also, in addition to the 6-month path, Jupiter is also a part of this, which is our blessings, it's learning, it's wisdom, it's intelligent people. It's, again, faithful people, give people who give, they understand give and take in the right ways. But Jupiter will be retrograde during most of the 6-month period as well. Luckily, luckily indeed. When Jupiter started this retrograde period, and as we begin the 6-month walk, Jupiter, as it is our blessings as a foundational sense, it actually was in a very good position. Not super, super strong, like there could be whirlwinds of beautiful things that will happen to you now and as you begin and throughout this period. But either way, it's good, and actually it's like better than good. So perhaps, again, this is a part of your next 6-month process. Good. Congratulations. So let me actually turn that down a little bit. I thought I turned it off. Okay. So I'm going to mention a few things astrologically. One second. So the way the eclipses work is you start out in your 10th house, so your job some way or another was important, or that's something, your place in the world. This is like external security and support, right? I mean, we have to do some things sometimes to get back the support or get back to receive what we need. We have to give first. But the only reason why we're there is because it's a gift anyway, right? So you start out in your 10th. When we work 6 months ahead, then the eclipses will be sitting in your 4th house of home and family, and more of this like root world. You think of the 10th house like the top of the tree, right? And 4th house is kind of like the roots of the base of the tree, the roots of the tree, and then we go up into the 10th. So these two areas of life, that's pretty significant, actually. Wait, I said 4 and 10. Why do you, Sag and you are overlapping? Please pardon that. I mean, maybe it's a combination reading, but I want to try to keep this. Let me highlight you so that in a cool color. do hot pink. Let's do hot pink. Have you ever used these markers? They're awesome. They're German. Okay. Very high quality. I want to triple check my math. Okay. Well, I guess this is double checking. Before we were just doing the math. Now we're double checking. Okay, that's fine. Good. That's smart. Right? Measure twice, cut once. Okay, Aquarius. You start in your 8th house. You go to your 2nd house. So what we said is still relevant. But this has more to do with it's almost like the combination of home and work, family, this is a relationship, right? When we get into 8th house, we're talking about being married to that. So some of you, I guess you keep your job. You keep whatever you've been doing, you keep doing it. But again, as we start out this period, better than good. That's something to note. Right? You're not starting at the bottom. You're not at the bottom working your way up. You're already better than good. Better. Love it. I love it. Now, 8th house is also money. 8th house, 2nd house, that's money energy. That's a part of life. This is also finding the value in family. Extended family. It could be maybe some of you are trying to if you're trying to get a loan, I would probably wait until the 6-month period is done, because again, then it will be in your 2nd house of money. Like maybe you apply for something now, you work towards it, it ends up being yours then if you're going to start it in this period. So again, I see some of you are building towards something. 2nd house is also our face, right? So I heard the less wrinkles or like blemishes. If your skin is pretty clear and mostly like, of course, depending on your age, right? Like I've had a lot of whatever, how much time you spent in the sun, but I guess pay attention if you happen to, oh, that's interesting. Pay attention if you happen to have like get a mark on your face or like a scratch on your face, or if you have like pimples, or I heard it's ashy, like, and it's kind of funny because look, the cat got me today because it has something to do with Rahu and Ketu, which are the nodes of the moon. All right, we're going to a whole nother level here. Let's back up. Let's see what Zumi has to say. Her wisdom in relation to these next 6 months for you, Aquarius. Something's coming towards you. You deserve it. It's going to feel good. You feel good about you. You're feeling stronger. Decision. So what did we say? We did the math. We double checked our math. And then we went ahead. We weren't mad at ourselves that we made a mistake in the past. We just know that now is what it is. Like did or did not in the past, now is what it is. So what's this? Maybe that's a way to make decisions. Let's see. Confidence. Okay, so confident decisions. Well, I guess once you check your math, you're good. Comfort. Once you check your math, you're good. Just check your math. Oh, maybe that has to do with the loan, or if any of you are doing anything that's sort of technical and kind of confusing, just double check your math. Oh, this also emphasizes taxes for some of you. or like going through, or maybe it's working through your will, or if there's like technical documents. Some of you are also like getting married or divorced, or that's being finalized. There's something where a person is now free, I heard free to mosey, and then I saw like someone coming out of a sort of thick forest into this open field. Okay. Again, Zumi is suggesting to make decisions with confidence. That will be important. I heard they're not brash. You double check your math. And again, I see something comes towards you. It's positive. Okay. Let's open this up. This deck. Okay, this one. Actually, I'm using two. Actually, all these decks that I'm using are independent decks. They're like made by the artist. It's awesome. My homegirl Tessa, my homegirl Alexandra, and then myself. That's rad, actually. I love that. It's like you know who made it. You know what I mean? Like you know where it came. Like you're personally connected to what it is. Well, let's see what kind of decisions you may be making. I guess there could be two significant ones. They're in the same field, these two. It could be something where it's a decision with you and another. You'd want to make sure, again, both parties are confident about that. Oh, did we talk about the technicality? Oh, look at that. 2 of Pentacles. Interesting. Double 2. One of the two decisions has to do with next May. It's again where we're getting into April, and the end of this 6-month period, right, will be basically April. You get off you exit the bridge, and then again, I guess this is your field in a way. So your bridge is going through the woods. Interesting. High Priestess. There's a bridge in the woods. Okay. As you move forward in May, that's when something else is achieved. That's when someone could switch something around if they wanted to. Invest in something, perhaps. Okay, some of you do have actually like a big decision to make. So don't make a decision out of fear. Okay? I just had like a warm feeling behind my head. And then through my legs. Yeah, if you end up... I guess some of you have already made a decision, like took action in the past anyway, that's now put you in a position where, oh, I see one of the decisions that you more recently made, say the last 6 months, the last year and a half, averagely, let's go into the last 6 months. Some of you made a decision that now you're sort of stuck with, or you at least can't go back from that, or it doesn't move, like, because you took that step, right? And so that would be where you have to wait until the 6 month period, and then that part of that decision or that past, that shifts. Gosh, I hope this is making sense. So don't feel too stuck about that if you're like, wait, this isn't going anywhere, this isn't changing. It's like, no, you already started something, just let it, I heard let it play out. Okay. Meow. Muffy? Sometimes she makes sounds. I think because she's lost, but I think she's actually probably just playing hide and seek with her brother. Like, come and find me. So if something gets your attention and you don't know what it is right away, just sleep on it. Because I could see that some of you are looping on a decision where somebody loops in and on themselves, especially mentally, about choices that have been made in the past that I heard can have no changing. No changing in the sense of no changing the past, but we can do something about now. Okay. Confidence. Let's look at that. This is someone actually, okay, so we have this Eight of Swords here. But then when we move into confidence, this is actually a human brain. And then we have this human here. And we have this person standing up. We have this person standing up tall. They're not wrapped up with anything. They're free, right? They feel confident in and of themselves. So somebody needs your confidence, or you need other people's confidence. That helps, you know, so people are on the same page. Let's see. Chariot. Yeah, so feel confident about where you're going. Hey, Muffy. Good girl. So I want you to feel confident where you're going. I guess it would be good to have a confident vehicle that you feel confident in. I'm seeing this as literally like what you drive, and then also, hi Muffin. And also your vehicle as in your body. Maybe that's, for some of you, that could be a thing too. This Two of Pentacles and Eight of Swords is like, what kind of decisions can I make to, I heard, improve my mental health and my physical body. Maybe those two things are really coming together for someone. They're understanding more of the connection of that, right? Positivity, what we think about, the words that we choose, the movies that we watch, the books that we read, did we say the music we listen to, that affects the mind, right? So maybe someone's trying to it would be wise to disengage from I guess it would be, what I'm seeing is it would be wise at times to disengage. right? This chariot is engaged. It's in gear. We are confidently going along. We know that when we hit a hill, it will downshift accordingly, that it will stop. It will go as it's supposed to. This over here is like, I'm not sure. It doesn't feel, it's like I'm trying to start the car and da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Oh, some of you do, you get a dead battery. Or again, maybe just maintenance, like upkeep on your vehicle could be something. And again, I'm seeing this dually so as whatever your situation with your whip and then your body. Hanged Man. So yeah, there's something tight in the body. Okay, we mentioned that, right? Your bridge goes through, there was this really, I saw it kind of dense. There was light that came in, but it was a pretty, and like full forest. It had moss, but mostly trees, and there wasn't a lot of like picker bushes or like vines in the way or anything. It was just like, okay, here's a tree, here's a tree. Okay, I can walk straight for a while. I gotta go around this one. No big deal though. Like, and again, light's coming in there. So this is feeling like the trees right now. So I guess a person feels close to something, but remember it's going to open up, right? Jupiter represents expanse. Right now it's in reverse, or as it looks, so as they call it. So that's like where it comes in, and it wants us to be really present with ourselves and to slow down, right? It wants us to slow down. Saturn is squaring Jupiter and will create actually its last square at the end of the year. Thankfully so, because although we needed it as humanity, it probably protected us, you know, when and as we had to slow down a little, but to rest, right? So important. Point of the story is that after we move through this 6-month period, again, Jupiter will move forward early February. So that could also be where early February, or getting close to February, maybe now, for some of you, it could be like December, January. You might be like, where am I ever going to get out of this forest? Or like, when is this going to open up? I feel kind of edged in or hemmed in by something. And it's like, it could just be winter, but even still, like, don't worry, it's going to open up. It's going to open up. I mean, look at see, there's nothing in the way here. There's nothing in the way. It's a completely open space. You can go where you want. You're free, you know? Hey, Ricky. Do you have a pet? I love having animals around. I mean, humans are their own kind of animal, but it's different, you know? So actually, I guess another way that you could get out of your head if you get stuck in there could be doing something for somebody else. You know, when we get stuck in ourselves and our own shit, it's like, and I heard sometimes there's a real good reason for it, but doing something for somebody else could help you get out of that, no thank you, out of that space. Okay. Can make you feel more confident. Actually, some of you could get a second job, maybe, or like a job on the side through the winter, maybe. Oh, some of you are also seasonal. Are you seasonal workers? So maybe that's something. Is like, okay, I worked spring to fall, busted ass. It's like winter, it always slows down no matter what, you know, and a lot of occupations slow down in that time. So it's kind of like maybe just, again, going over things financially, make sure things are all set there so you don't have to, so that you're prepared again and feel confident as you move through this space. Because I could see some of you got to be tight on money, or again, there's something that you're saving for, or something financial that you are wanting. If you're married or partnered, also, I don't, I'm not sure if the partners know, but one of the partners um, is kind of nearsighted sometimes. Or, yeah, they're nearsighted. And someone may think the worst sometimes. Let's see what Zumi has to say about that. That's Saturn in Aquarius too. Remember that. Even though it's a home place, it's kind of rough a little. Like, or Mercury in Aquarius will do that too. It's like it can be really rough on itself mentally. Um, I mean, it can be projected at others too, for sure, but it's like one of those, you know, pointing at you, three at me kind of thing. Let's see. What's Zumi want to say? Inspire harmony. Remember, just don't make any decisions if you're not feeling hot. Right? Anytime I've ever, let's make a few examples because they're fun to me. Anytime I've ever, you are safe and loved and protected. Anytime I've ever been like, oh, I'm having such a bad hair day. My hair hasn't done what I wanted for like a couple days, and for some reason I pay attention to it. I'll cut my hair. Every time I've ever done that, I'm like, the next day, I'm like, why did I do that? It was totally fine. I was just having a day. You know what I mean? Like, don't make executive decisions that, because it's not, this is a simple example. We're not looking at like life threatening, you know. And again, I heard double check your math. I heard double check your math. And then I heard a person ask themselves, like, how are you feeling? Or somebody asks someone, like, how are you feeling? Someone does need confirmation or confidence. It's kind of like I keep hearing someone tell another person that was worried, like, dude, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I heard, let's just get through the day. You know, so if it's one of them days, wanna be alone. Um, I heard you'll bounce back, right? Chariot and the confidence. That's where we go in the future. That's exciting. I kind of want to keep looking like where this chariot's going ultimately, but are we supposed to? No. That's enough. So let's boil this down. The next 6 months, look at your 8th house, 2nd house. And remember, confident decisions. Double check your math. Then go ahead. If at times you just can't seem to wrap your mind around something, you're just, I heard stuck, somebody's just stuck in their own shit. I get it. I got my pin. Try to rest. and take worry off your plate as much as possible. And if you have the energy or can create it, go do something for somebody else. Be of service to someone else. It will help you get out of your head, you know. You're not meant to sacrifice. No one is meant to sacrifice themselves. Wrap around some energy, around awareness around money that'll help you through the seasons. And what you need money for, or something like that. Because Eight of Swords sometimes is just, if we're going to take this overall energy, confident decisions, Chariot, that's all very positive. Then we have Two of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, and the Hangman. So those ones are kind of challenging. But Eight of Swords in a simple way, we really boil this down to, because then we talk about when the mental is clear, then the body is better. So this could even be like, I'm just not sleeping very well. And some people have talked, there was, I think 1 or 2 signs talked about this too, but like your mattress, like maybe some of you need a new mattress, or maybe some of you need to like cleanse your house, wash your pillows, you know. I heard air out your bed daily. I heard don't watch TV in there. If you do, interesting, I heard, especially if you're trying to have a baby. And I guess in a basic way, if I heard you're just getting up there in age and it's just hard to sleep, or for some reason it's just hard to sleep, and again those other parts are handled, then maybe it's like, what is your nighttime routine, right? If the issue is going to bed at an appropriate time, what is the nighttime routine? If it's, when I wake in the morning, I don't feel that rested, or that motivated. If it's not that rested, I guess it goes back into evening. If it's, I'm not feeling that motivated in the morning or clear in the mornings, then, oh, interesting, it all goes back into when you close out your day. Smarter, not harder. Don't get in your own way. Wait, how's it go? Yeah. Want to see something cute? Take it down, take it down, take it down, down, take it down, take it down, down, take it down, down, take it down, take it down, down, take it down, down. Actually, you want to do one more cool thing before you go? Because I love you so much. Don't ask me how I found this book. I've had so many beautiful gifts like that in my life, like beautiful old books or all sorts of things. I let them go all the time. Some stay around for a little bit longer, but let's look at H.L. Cornell's Encyclopedia of Medical Astrology. I just want to look up Aquarius for some reason and see what happens here. Hold on. Oh, it even smells like an old book. Reminds me of my grandpa's basement. I wonder if we can do it under Aquarius. It's sort of... Oh yeah, we can. Just a minute. Oh, when Saturn moves into Aries, I wonder if more people will be bald. Or become, or like have thinning hair. Versus that Jupiter in Aries. Aquarius, where are you, honey? Aunts. What rules over aunts? The mother's relative in a male horoscope are ruled by the 6th house. and then a female nativity by the 12th house. The father's relatives, as his brothers and sisters, your paternal aunts and uncles, are ruled by the 6th house, and a female nativity by the 12th. In a male's horoscope, the mother's relations are ruled by Mercury, and those of the father by Saturn. Relatives in general on both sides of the house are ruled by Uranus, and his positions and aspects tend to indicate the danger of ill health or death among them. When Uranus at birth or by direction afflicts the parts of the native's map which rule over these matters. Interesting. Averted. Okay. Huh. You gonna get up there? Don't slide. Get up there. You're funny. You're funny. Backwardsness. Okay, I want to go into all kinds of other things, but maybe that's what we're supposed to read. It's a rad book, though. Like, you can really look up anything. Fountains. Idiopathy. Inferior. Knees. That's Capricorn. Valves of the heart. Weak back. Oh, that's Azumi here. Awesome. Oh, 2 of them. Nice. Alright. I guess we're going to leave that there. Wife. See the various paragraphs under wife. Oh, I'm curious. Hold on. Hold on. What's it got to say for that? The various paragraphs. Whooping cough. The womb. Women. This should be wife. The moon rules the wife in a male nativity, and afflictions to the moon, and in the 7th house in the husband's map of the birth indicate her fate and the state of her health. Huh. Do not eat that, please. Do not eat that, please. Get up there. What are you doing, dude? I guess these are all pretty interesting. They're kind of intense. Well, let's read this to close it. It says will. The will, willpower, volition. The power of willing. The stars do not rule the will, and the powers of the will, and what people will do. This is not always revealed in the horoscope. The will is divine, and by taking control of the life, can, by proper efforts, largely change the limitations and afflictions indicated in the map of birth. The will can also be asserted to such an extent as to largely overcome the indications of the birth map. However, it takes knowledge and an increased consciousness of power to do this. A realization of your own divinity, your own higher self, of the God within you. Many people are endowed with great powers, but are unconscious of them, and drift along through life half asleep. And then when awakened, the willpower can lead them into new achievements. To good health, to greater usefulness, even though they were passive and negative by birth. Astrology is a good study to show and explain the causes of things, the philosophy of life, but it may not teach you how to think. And for this, you need metaphysics, philosophy, religion, psychology, and the mental and spiritual sciences. We are not here upon this earth plane merely to hunt for happiness, worldly pleasures, but to overcome the world, to achieve and to gain soul growth from the experiences of life. And our willpower is given to us to help us to do these things, rather than to go through life as weaklings, sufferers, invalids, failures, misfits, etc. Wow. The study of your star map will show you your natural fitness, your tendencies, the lines of least resistance for you, for the best success, and then it is within your power to follow up these leadings and to make a success of your life, talents, and powers. So some of you, okay, this is the kind of awareness that some of you, that you have, seemingly, a person has. This is maybe some of you are also astrologers, or it would be helpful for someone to read your chart. Even if you didn't understand these things, right? Because a good astrologer isn't going to speak in astrological terms. They're going to say it plainly, right? A person understands the complication. They boil it down and then explain it as such. Maybe that's also a part of understanding this will, could also be a part of how a person works through this situation and then moves into forward confidence here. Confidence moving forward. A realization of your own divinity and of your higher self, of God within you. And I guess that's God's will for you, for all of us. And I guess we have to take hold, somebody has to understand that and take hold of the reins here, because we have free will, right? Because man is a free moral agent to do and act according to his degree of advancement, enlightenment, knowledge, and self-control. Man is held responsible for the influences stamped upon him. The willpower can lead one on to new achievements, to good health, to greater usefulness. Good. So these are also the folks, this could also be the folks in your life. And if you're not getting something from your partner in ways of your own, and I guess even if you do get this from your partner, I feel like you want this philosophical kind of conversations, or more in-depth conversations. Like, I feel like you also want to make sure that you have someone else or a small group of people that you're a part of that stimulate your mind, or I heard put you in check. You know what I mean? That appreciate your intelligence and find it inspiring. And of course that would be a vice versa with you to them, right? Which is a beautiful thing. Hey, excuse me. Alright, I gotta check on them. I love you, Aquarius. Peace out.